Magandang hapon mga kapatid. Exciting ang ating episode ngayon. Friday.
It's a Friday.
The weekend. Kinakailangan, let's end the weekend or the weekday with a blast. Star-studded ating show. At mamaya makakasama natin, wala iba kundi si Martin Nievera.
Martin! Yan ang tawag natin, Martin.
Martin
Eksakto
Nievera.
naman, kasi ang good friend ni Martin na si Owl Paz, si Papa Owl Paz ay nag-birthday kahapon. Kaya belated happy birthday, Owl Paz. Sabi ko nga kay Owl, guest natin si Martin today.
Ayan.
Si Martin sa Zoom.
Mamaya
via
yan
Zoom.
makikipagkwentuhan tayo sa LA kay Martin Nievera sa kanyang nalalapit na show. O, dali, sagutin ko lang itong tawag.
Sino naman tayo si Martin?
Dali. Okay, sige.
At may isa pa
Halatang
syempre.
yung mga ganyan,
hindi nanonood na
yung
show.
mga hindi tunay na kaibigan niya. Alam mo kung bakit? Hindi sila nanonood sa atin.
Nag-ring.
Di ba?
Mamaya ako na tinatawagan
Yung mga tunay na kaibigan niya, hindi
Sino ba yan?
nag-monitor sa show natin.
Sa akin. At bukod kay Martin, meron din tayo isang guest na celebrity din na ang ganda naman ng kwento ng buhay niya at ang mga pinagdaanan niya at marami rin tayong matututunan. So, huwag kayong kukurap ha. Bawal maglipat ng channel. Dapat nakatutok lang kayo ha.
Isa rin itong aktor.
Oo. Martin yung idol to nung.
Oo, hanggang ngayon naman eh.
Actually, pag nakita mo siya ngayon, artistahin pa rin
Papakilala natin ang ating special guest. Alamin natin ang kanyang makulay na buhay.
Yes.
Maya-mayang konti ho, mga kapatid.
Pero shoutout muna tayo sa ating mga suki.
Sige,
Hello
pati
there.
ka muna.
Thank you so much at sinamahan niyo naman kami sa 1 week ng Julius at Tintin para sa pamilyang Pilipino. Don't forget po na i-share ang ating live stream sa 1PH channels ng YouTube at saka Facebook. I-share na yan sa social media para mas marami tayong nanonood. At meron din tayong replay every night po yan. 92.3 News FM. Kaya wala kang excuse. Hindi mo man kami mapanood sa live, pwedeng mag-only replay at only watch sa YouTube channels at Facebook at syempre sa radyo sa gabi. Kaway-kaway. At papapatiin ko rin pala ng happy birthday ang ating good friend BFF na si Cathy Santos ng JC Premier. Happy birthday, Cathy!
Handa na ba kayo sa long weekend, mga kapatid? Sa Monday, walang pasok ang mga estudyante dahil nga sa holiday. Holiday Heroes Day. Pati yata mga trabaho.
Alam ko, national holiday
national
yan
holiday ito eh. Araw ng mga bayani. Ika nga, no? So let's enjoy the long weekend, mga kapatid.
At saludo sa mga bayani.
Mga munting bayani, unsung heroes na ginagawa ang lahat para lamang mapagaan ang buhay nating lahat sa kanilang mga simple o maaring malakihang pamamaraan. Magbalita muna tayo, no?
Yes.
Ito po ang ating... magpa-full tank daw na ho kayo dahil next week, bilang regalo sa Heroes Day, ay magtataas, no? ng singil ang mga oil companies. Thank you, ha? Talagang kinikilala nyo ang kabayanihan ng mga Pilipino. Ito, ayon po sa abiso yan ng DOE. Ito po ang forecast nila ng taas presyo para sa gasolina. 1 peso and 30 centavos hanggang 1 peso and 60 centavos ang itataas. Sa diesel, 540 hanggang 570 ang dagdag. Lit naman. Dagdagan niyo pa. 5 pesos and 70. Parang ang lit pa. Sagat-saga rin yun na. Huwag nyo na kami pahirapan. Inuunti nyo pa kami. Isang bagsakan na lang.
Sige ka, pag ikaw...
Hindi, basta wala nang dagdagan.
Pag ikaw pinakinggan nila, gawin nila 10 piso yan.
Isang bagsakan na walang dagdag. Kasi pasimple, parang gano'n ang dating. Anyway.
Parang sa kurot, ganyan-ganyan lang muna. Hindi na lang sampalin.
Killing me softly ang dating eh.
Kaloka.
Anyway, ito pang isang balita.
Ito ba, good news ba ito? Tingnan nga natin regarding po doon sa mga balita na maraming mga teenagers at bata ang nawawala daw at tinatangkang dukutin. Nagpapaalala po ang PNP sa publiko na wag papapakibasa na hindi na kaya ng mata ko.
Sige, wag magpadala sa mga prank. Uso yan, ha? Sa mga fake news, yung mga ganitong insidente. Kasi nga, marami pong missing na kabataan ngayon. Tapos, sinasabayan pa ng mga fake news na may nawawala. Yun naman pala, very alarming.
So parang kunwari lang na nawawala? Ganun ba?
Halo-halo na kasi, di ba?
Wala kasi ako nakikitang prank sa Facebook feed ko eh. So ano kayang klaseng prank to? Kasi meron naman talagang tunay na dinudukot. Ayan, nakikita mo.
Hindi, yan, ano yan, ha?
Totoo yan.
Major yan.
Legit
major
yan, legit.
Yan yung involved yata itong tao sa krimen, ano? Yun ang sinasabi ng PNP. Tapos dinukot siya ng mga armadong kalalakihan.
Nakita na siya, bangkay na. Yan, legit yan. Pero yung sinasabi sigurong prank, baka iba, wala ba tayong sample na prank na post dyan? Di ko alam kung anong sinasabing prank yun. Nawawalang hindi naman nawawala. Ganun ba?
Oo, kunwari lang. Tayo sa ganyan. Ingat tayo. Ipaubaya ho natin sa mga otoridad. Huwag ho tayo magpakalat-kalat ng mga fake news. Minsan nare-repost kasi. Di ba? Kapag may nag-post, i-repost hanggang sa akala ng marami, totoo na. So, ingat ho tayo sa ganyan. Anyway, ito na. Ito na ho, atin ang puntahan ang ating kaibigan sa LA. Makipagkwentuhan na ho tayo. Ano kaya ang kanyang pinagkakabalan ngayon? Makakausap natin ang ating idol, ang magaling na singer at TV host, Martin Nievera.
Live in the US! Martin!
May applause pa.
Ang question dyan is, ano ang ginagawa mo sa US, Martin? Ba't ka nandyan?
I'm preparing, kasi may concert ako sa August 28 sa Walt Disney Concert Hall para sa 40 years ko sa showbiz. It's a celebration, and the producers here wanted to have it in a very nice place. Ako yung unang Filipino, well, besides Lea Salonga, ako yung unang Filipino na will be doing a concert there sa Walt Disney Concert Hall. So, we're very excited. 40 years, matagal yun. Mga babies pa kayo.
Grabe ka naman, Mark. Babies pa kayo. Hindi naman kami ganun in denial.
Parang confused ako. Parang gusto kong sabihin na, really? Oo nga, hindi ko maalala yan. At the same time, gusto ko sabihin, naaalala ko yan.
Oy, pero ako aamin ako, Martin. Ako munti ko na matanggal itong barley juice na to. Ako aamin ako. Present ako sa mga concert nyo ni Pops noon. Together Forever. Basta together yun. Bumili pa ako ng t-shirt na malaki na kasya 2 tao kahit wala naman akong boyfriend that time.
Eto
Pupunta ako sa Ultra, guys.
Saka ito, natatanda ko si Martin. Una yan, Metro Pop, di ba, Martin? Teka. Alam yung title ng song
Make sure, Metropop talaga. Pain na nga ba?
Very good.
Uy, oh my gosh, ang galing mo naman sa ang galing naman ito. Ako, ito trivia ko kay Martin. Mark, remember Mad? O Martin After Dark. Nasa ibang channel yun. I'm sure hindi mo na ako natatandaan. May segment ka doon na kunwari may Nancy Clue. Ako yun. Estudyante pa lang ako. May extra ako sa isang segment kasi PA ako dun sa show.
I don't remember.
Siyempre, estudyante lang ako noon. Nancy Clue.
No way.
Nancy Clue. Kaya, alam mo, hindi namin talaga akalain, life is amazing, na our paths will cross. And then in 2003, you dinedicate mo sa aming dalawa para sa kasal namin yung kantang With You, na isa sa mga wedding songs na special talaga. Thank you, Martin. Thank you very much.
Thank you because yung mga ibang friends ko na sinulat ko ng song, hiwalay na sila.
Ganun.
Hindi na matatawa ba ako?
So na-break
masasad ako.
Diba?
Na-break ba yung curse?
That's a joke. Actually, I think every song, Richard and Lucy,
sila pa rin.
Sila pa rin.
Kayong dalawa.
Kami pa rin.
Sino pa? Some of my basketball buddies also, they're still together. So,
Lucky Charm yung song. Hindi curse. Lucky Charm. With you. Okay.
So 40 years.
I touch the sky.
40 years na, Martin. What can we expect? Lalo na yung mga pupunta sa concert, ano bang kanilang mapapanood at mapapakinggan?
Wala naman dito sa Amerika, halos lahat ng mga Pinoy, galing sa 80s, 90s. So I have to relearn yung mga old songs ko, yung mga dati kong kanta. Tim, do you even know my very first release? Do you remember?
Be My Lady.
Oo nga. Di ba yun?
Wrong!
Oh my gosh, hindi ba yun? Wait, bigyan ka ng clue. Clue naman dyan.
Wow, what's a good clue?
English.
It's a one-word song.
English, syempre.
English. Ako nagsulat.
English.
Ikaw ang nagsulat. Teka, hindi ba yun yung Pain?
No.
Hindi.
Aldina C yun.
O ikaw, Papo, sige nga.
See? I have
ko
to
na.
learn.
Huwag ka mag-google,
Hindi siya
Huwag ka
nag-hit eh.
mag-google.
Alam ko na.
That's why you don't remember.
word.
Hindi
One
siya
word
nag-hit.
English. Siya nag-compose.
Sino nga ba?
Hindi Be My Lady, hindi rin Pain.
No.
No,
You're
no,
my holiday.
Ayun, holiday.
Teka, one word ba yun? Ano ba
Holiday.
title yan?
Diba? Holiday ang title.
Holiday.
Hindi yung holiday, celebrate. Not that
You're
one.
my
Not that one. Yan ang favorite song ni
holiday.
Julius.
Oo, yes, holiday.
Ikaw pala yun.
Exactly.
So
So, I had to learn my
Yeah.
own sequence guide na ginawa ko sa 1980s and 90s.
Okay.
Binalik ko yung sequence guide na yon
Ah.
para dito sa celebration ng 40 years. Because I think the people, especially here, the Filipinos here, they remember me during those days. So that's my game plan ba for my
Ang
songs.
saya naman.
So and also my biggest, when people ask me what is your biggest achievement,
Yeah.
it's my children. So in this show, hopefully they're all in a good mood. I'm hoping to jam with my children as my way of telling people, yan ang talagang achievement ko. Hindi yung mga hit songs, hindi yung mga accolades, yung mga awards, yung mga gold albums, sold out concerts. Those are all great. But the true achievement is having these three boys in my life.
So, napaka-special pala, no? Itong concert na to. Aside from your kids, meron bang iba mga guests?
No, that's it. The people who are producing the show wanted me and as many songs of mine and many moments, big moments in my last, 40 years of concerts. They wanted just that in the show. Actually, I was the one who hoped that I could include my children, but that's it. No other guests, not in this one. We'll be doing it also in at the Soler on November 18 and 19, I think it is. 2 nights at Soler in November.
Yun ang dapat namin manood,
okay. Pagbalik mo, kita tayo, Marta.
Manood
Soler.
tayo niyan. Oo.
Yes.
Ikwento mo sa amin, Martin, paano ka napunta at magko-concert sa iconic na Walt Disney Theater? Anong storya nito?
Well, there's a director, a Filipino director here who is responsible for many careers like of Tia Carrera, Lou Diamond Phillips. He's a very big supporter and believer of the Filipino-American talents. When we met, he said he has been fighting for me to get the nice venues. Katulad ng Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah.
He's the one who pushed me to sing there. The Ford Center. All of these spaces are in Hollywood, and not too many Filipinos can say that they perform there.
Yeah.
So he wants to be one of those people. So he fought for me to be at the Walt Disney Concert Hall. For many years, he's been asking. They keep saying no. Is he a classical singer? No. Is he a part of an orchestra? No. Is he part of a Korean boy band? No. So what can we do for you? Because they didn't want me there. Finally, nag-yes sila, and it just so happened, it's at the same time that I'm celebrating my 40 years in showbiz.
Perfect timing. God's timing is perfect, di ba?
Actually, his name is Ted Benito, and he spoke to many people who also wanted this venue for me, and it was rolled out to be able to bless me with this beautiful venue.
Martin, ano ka ba? You're an icon. You have a body of work na mahirap pantayan. Dude, truly.
Magtaka ka pagka kaming dalawa ng concert sa Walt Disney Concert.
Diyan ka magtaka. Yun ang mga walang
Isip-isip ka na kung paano nangyari yun.
Pero ikaw,
Alam mo, sabi ni Julius, sabi ni Lea Salonga sa akin na, kasi Lea Salonga performed there before.
Yeah.
Now, that's the kind of singer who deserves this kind of beautiful venue because according to her, the sound is so beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Kahit wala kang microphone, dinig ang boses mo. Sa buong venue, kahit yung pinakamurang seat sa taas, they can hear the crystal clearness of your voice, of the tone of your voice. So,
ganun kaganda.
Hindi ka kinakabahan, Martin?
oh yes, very much so because I don't know kung kailangan ilalakas ko yung boses ko or nahin ko. I don't know because when most people who perform there, I think some of the opera singers have very little sound equipment because sa ganda ng sound ng play. So I'm a little nervous to hear what amplification I have. I have a horn section coming from Las Vegas. Lori Illustre is my musical director. So I don't know how we're going to sound. I just hope that we do justice to the place.
May ano ba? May full orchestra?
Sana, but years. Let's see.
Oh.
Kung maganda yung turnout ng audience, sana the venue will now be open to more Filipino artists.
Tama.
Hindi lang para sa akin, hindi lang para kay Lea Salonga. But the idea is to let these people believe in the Filipino artists enough to know ang dami mga sikat na singers sa Philippines, ang dami mas magaling pa sa akin na kailangan na magandang venue. And the audience too. It's a good treat for the audience because now they can get dressed. May dress code. Biro mo, may dress code.
Siyempre,
Formal yung may concert hall ng Walt Disney.
Yes.
Ano to? Ite-televise ba to, Martin?
Televised?
No, unfortunately, I don't. Ang daming mga rules eh. I think that's why it's hard to perform yan. Daming rules eh. Yung mga union, yung mga ganun. So they're gonna videotape it for archival reasons, I think. Sana they'll give me a copy so I can show a little bit.
Dati kasi tinitape for DVD, Blu-ray, di ba? Ganon. Ngayon, hindi. Pwede pa rin naman.
Walt Disney.
I see. We're showing a poster, M4D, Martin 4 Decades, tama? Is this the poster?
But look closely, Tin, look closely. M4D, what does it look like?
Parang CD. Di ba takip ng CD?
Martin 4 Decades.
Look at it again.
Look at it again. Batang-batang, gwapong-gwapo.
Ano ba, yung photo mo ba? Yung M4D?
No, look,
M4 Dapper.
Mad!
Oh my gosh, oo nga.
Martin After Dark.
My gosh, di ko na-get yun. Ano naman ako dun, no? Oo nga, no? Parang A yung 4. Oo nga, no? Full circle. Mad.
Galing ni Julius.
You got me there, ha? Oo, mad.
Okay. Sa 40 years na yan, Martin, ano yung song na maituturing mong favorite mo? Sa lahat ng mga nagawa mong songs?
Wow, dami.
Isa lang. First thing that comes to mind. Diba?
Kasi depende kung anong
decade.
Meron akong mga favorite songs. Yeah, yung mga favorite songs I love to sing.
Yes.
Me, personally.
Yeah.
That would be, but will you say that you love me? Show me that you care. I love that. We have a call. No, there you are. I love the melody of that song. It shows off any singer who sings it. May mga moments of tenderness and may moments of panic sa song na yun. You can hear it in the melody of that song. But favorite song ko, parang yung song ko para sa mga what we call Martians who've been there for the last 40 years. They're called Martians, by the way. It would be either You Are My Song or yung kay Kenny Loggins, yung Forever. Forever in my heart.
Yes, forever in my arms. Ganun.
Because
Kaya yun. Forever.
Kenny Loggins
silang
yun, di ba?
bakit kumakanta ako.
Kenny Loggins
They're the
yun.
reason why.
Pero yung sarili mong kanta, Mart, ano yung mga favorite mo? Sige, isang Filipino at Tagalog, isang
Be My
English.
Lady siguro
na
yan.
Ikaw talaga, ikaw nagpasikat.
Paborito ng lahat yun, Be My Lady.
Actually, no, sa mga karaoke and all.
To this day, pati sa mga beer house, yan ang pinakasikat na kanta, yung mga #1 na requested songs. Lalong-lalo kung lasing ka, ang galing mo. Everybody sounds good, a little bit of this. Yeah, Be My Lady is the most popular, but my favorite siguro of the Martin songs, I like You Are My Song. It's a theme. It's like my banner song.
Tama.
You Are My
Parang
Song.
anthem ko sa mga
Anthem mo pala yun.
kasama ko sa profession, sa mga fans.
Sa Tagalog, meron ka bang favorite? Hanggang kailan?
Yung pinaka masakit, yung pinaka deep na Tagalog song is Kahit Isang Saglit.
Hindi ko yun gusto ni
tinugtog yan
Mami.
sa
Diba?
sa burol ng tatay ko.
Yun ang gustong-gusto kasi ni Mami.
Lahat ng mga burol.
Favorite kasi ng daddy ko yan eh.
Diba sa isang
It's a
teleserye?
sad song.
Yeah,
It's a really,
it
you know the true meaning of that song though, right? Or do you know the true story?
No,
Yeah,
no.
can you tell us
Can you
more
tell
about it?
us?
The original singer is Bernie Varga. The composer, Louis Ocampo, and I think Alan Aike,
Louie pala.
they wrote the song because Louis' wife was going into labor a little bit too early. And by the time Louis got to the hospital, wala na yung baby. So, that's why kahit isang saglit, mayakap ka. It's about a miscarriage.
It's about mourning pala, no? Yung song talaga.
Yeah, so much so. I mean, it's really about a loss, a broken heart.
Kaya pala parang sobrang Louis put so much heart and soul into it na, alam mo, pag pinapakinggan ko yan, ay nakakaiyak, di ba, Papo? Lalo na, yun pa yung kinanta sa...
Lalo na kung babae ang singer.
Diba?
40 years of music, and I hope that everybody will join me on that day, 7 p.m. Please try and remember all my songs, because I will try and sing them all on Sunday, August 28th.
How can they get
Disney
tickets?
Concert Hall.
Where can they buy the tickets?
I think you have to go online. There's a website. Iba dito, may mga website pa. Hindi ko alam kung anong gagawin ko. Anyway, you can go online and look for tickets. There are still a few good seats left.
Yeah.
But I'm one of those singers who don't like to say that we're sold out. But we're hoping to be by Sunday.
I'm sure it will.
I'm sure it will be.
Congrats, Martha. Congrats, and thank
happy
you.
40th
And
to you.
congrats to your show.
Thank
it's
you.
About time. It's about time that we see both of you argue in public. It's
Back together. Actually, back together. This is the first time again that we're back together working. Kasi remember, we hosted the morning show years back. So now with 1PH Signal TV, we're back together.
But this is back together, but as husband and wife, and as two very, very talented hosts, both in English and Tagalog, and both looking so good.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Magkasama
Mart.
kami ni Martin noon sa London.
Oo nga,
2018 when we
Yeah, we
when
had so
we
much
did a show there. So Martin, we'll see you in
you,
Soler. Soler.
See you when you get
Come
back.
See you there. So Larry, November, but this Sunday, the Walt Disney Concert Hall. Take care, both of you. Be
You too.
safe and more power.
Thank you. You
Regards
too.
to the family. Bye, Mart.
Bye,
Thank
Mart.
you.
Regards
Bye.
everyone. Bye.
Ayan,
saya
doon sa
naman.
mga nasa Amerika, samantalahin doon natin ang pagkakataon. Sa LA sa Walt Disney Concert Hall. Mag-inquire na ho kayo at bumili kayo ng mga tickets dyan para mapanood nyo.
At mag-post kayo
ng
sa
live si
TikTok at
Martin.
Facebook, ha? Tapos, ewan ko lang kung anong hashtag ni Martin, kung MAD o M4D, para makikita namin yung mga videos ninyo. Papo, di ba?
Hindi, ang ano kasi, ang
Ikaw,
Walt
anong favorite
Disney
mo?
Concert Hall,
Sige,
para
go.
lang maintindihan din ng mga viewers natin sa Pilipinas.
Kung bakit ganun
Ito
ka-importante.
ay very iconic.
Yeah.
Of
Meron
course,
ka ba?
dahil dyan nagko-concert yung mga sikat, no? Na mga entertainers.
Yeah.
At pangalawa, itong mismong building na ito ay dinesign ng iconic at sikat na designer na si Frank Gehry.
Grabe.
Pag nakita niyo yung retrato nitong Walt Disney
Ito nga hinahanap
Theater, para
ko.
siyang spaceship.
Galing
Parang
eh.
spaceship na
Parang barko.
metallic spaceship. Pag nakita niyo yun, talagang hahanga kayo dun sa architecture itong Walt Disney Concert Hall.
And for Martin to perform there gives us pride as Filipinos.
correct,
Kasi nga, hindi basta-basta yung venue na yan. And to think he's celebrating pa his 40th anniversary as a true artist and a musician. Yes.
Alright.
Yun. So thank you again, Martin, and we'll see you soon.
Yes.
Ito, may mga comments tayo.
Comments muna tayo. Sige.
Mga natutuwa, mga kaedad ba natin yan? Mga Martians
si
din.
Linda So, ang favorite niya raw is Forever and Be My Lady.
Favorite ng marami.
Si Angel Alberto, fan din ni Martin.
Sino bang hindi?
Oo. Ito. Yan. Gandang hapon po, Ma'am Tintin at Sir Julius. Sa Monday, araw po ng mga tatay. Sila po ang mga bayani ng tahanan. From Salvador Valde.
At dahil nanonood pa si Martin, nakikita ko pa, I can still see Martin. Ito, hindi natin nakanta kanina. Matutulog na siya kasi doon yata 1 a.m. na ba, Mark? 1 a.m. na ba
1
dyan?
a.m. Past 1 a.m.
Past 1 a.m. Ito yung kanta, yung Sana'y ikaw muling makita ko. Tama, di ba? Something. Yan yun.
Si Louie nag-compose niyan.
Damhin ng tibok ng puso mo. Sana'y yakapin mo akong muli. Sana pumasok na si Martin. Kahit sandali, kahit isang saglit, mayakap ka. Something.
Parang pwede kang maka-duet ni Martin,
Oo nga, sa Soler, mag-duet nga tayo, Martin. Chas!
Pwede ka i-guess ni Martin. Mag-duet kayo.
Hindi, sa
Sige,
TikTok
lagot
na
ka.
lang, Martin, pagbalik mo. Vlog ulit tayo, vlog ulit. Hindi, nag-vlog tayo, remember? Sobrang
Oy,
game
pwede
ni
niyo
Martin.
mapanood yun sa
YouTube ko, yung anniversary namin ni Julius, si Martin ang nag-interview sa amin, nakakatawa yung interview na yun. Nagpa-piano pa ako, tapos in-interview kami. Sa YouTube ko, hanapin nyo yan, guys. Thank you again,
Thank
Martin.
you. Alright, so magbabalik
ito
ko
na.
ang Julius
At Tintin, para sa pamilyang Pilipino.
Julius And Tintin, para sa pamilyang Pilipino.
Ayan, tuloy-tuloy ang ating kwentuhan ngayong hapong ito.
Yes.
Bago natin pakilala ang ating susunod na guest, panoorin niyo muna ito.
Nakilala bilang aktor noong dekada 80 na gumanap sa iba't ibang pelikula. Pero sa kabila ng kanyang pamamayagpag bilang modelo at artista, dumaan sa maraming pagsubok ang aktor na si Lito Gruet. Taong 1995 nang arestuin siya dahil sa illegal na droga. Naging miserable rin ang kanyang buhay at naranasang maging palaboy dahil sa bisyo. Pagtagumpayan ang mga naranasang pagkatalo at kabiguan.
Ayan, palagay ko, alam nila kung sino to, no? Yung ating mga viewers, karamihan sa kanila ay napanood siya noon
Yes.
sa kanyang mga pelikula at sa telebisyon.
True. Throwback guest, kumbaga. Pero ngayon, napakaganda ng kanyang i-share sa atin na kwento ng kanyang buhay na daig pa ang kahit anong plot sa mga pelikula. I think, no? Oo, na nagampalan din.
Ito na, pakilala na natin ang ating guest, Mr. Lito Gruet.
Yes!
Sir Lito!
Hello, how are you?
Welcome to our show.
Where do I look? Which camera?
Yan.
Mga robotics na yung camera
I'd
namin,
like to
no?
say hello to Julius And Tintin, lahat ng mga fans niyo dyan dito sa para sa pamilyang Pilipino.
Yes.
Ang daming nanonood sa inyo talaga. That's why I'm very honored na I was invited to guest here. It's been a while.
It's
Matagal-tagal ka na,
an honor,
ha?
sir.
Na hindi napanood ng ating mga viewers. Ano yung pinakahuli mong ginawang project? Sa
You
television
remember?
or sa movie?
Movie yata yun yung Akyat Bahay Gang with Lito Lapid and Sandro Zamora, Chuck Perez, si Dick Israel. Last movie ko na yun kasi ayaw na nila sa akin.
Bigla,
Ayaw na nila sa...
anong taon ba to?
Ayaw, that was
Naalala
about
mo?
1988.
Oh,
I
so
think.
80s.
Oo, parang yan. 88.
1988. Siguro yan, bago natin pag-usapan yung pagbangon mo, no? Dito sa napakalaking hamon sa iyong buhay. Kwento mo muna sa amin, paano nalihis yung direksyon ng buhay mo? From a movie star and then bigla kang nawala?
Nag-retire ka ba? Or
Ano
may
nangyari?
nangyari?
Wala, kasi galing ako ng Cebu. Tapos nagmamodel na ako doon during college. Tapos I wanted to try my luck sa Manila. Just for the sake of saying na makamodel ako doon kahit department store. But then nabigo ako kasi yung pinuntahan ko na yung mga Levi's group hindi ko na mahanap kasi wala namang Google no, walang mga we didn't know where, di ba? So, nabigo ako. I was about to go home. I went to this disco. It was called yung Q disco sa Regenton, At just my luck, no, somebody approached me. Actually, sa totoo lang, I thought that kasi siya gay siya So I thought he was trying to pick me up. Kasi probinsyano ko, wala akong alam So ito ngayon, lalapit sa akin, tapos sabi niya sa akin na, excuse me, are you a model? I said, why? Tapos sabi niya, if you want, you can model for me. He gave me a card. Sabi ko, parang pick-up line nata yun. Sabi ko, totoo ba? Sino ba kaya yun? Because it was dark.
Yeah.
Until the waiter na Bisaya, he approached me. Sabi niya, anong binigay sa'yo? Sabi ko, this card. Sabi niya, you take that opportunity. I said, why? Sino ba yan? So, tinignan ko, may strobe lights, nakalagay doon, Pitoy Moreno. So, I was about to go home that next day. Kasi wala nang pera noon Na tumakas lang talaga ako. And I said, what do I have to lose? Extend another day. So, pumunta ako dun sa shop niya. And true enough, when I went there, nakita ko yung ibang models na nakikita ko lang sa magazine, yung mga top models talaga. Sabi ko, totoo pala to, no? So, I asked my friend, one of the girls, si Altatan, I said, saan tayo pupunta? Saan tayo mag-show? Sabi niya, basta lang, ako na bahala sa'yo, sabi ni Altatan. Diretso kami sa Malacanang. And yun pala, yung Pitoy Moreno at saka yung Bayanihan Dancers, together with Vernie Varga and Anthony Castello, kami yung mga regulars doon. Diba? Nagpe-perform every time may guest si Marcos or si Imelda. Talagang nandun yung mga Pitoy models.
So you were Pitoy Moreno model?
Yes. Parang biglang from department store model, biglang
Pitoy
Moreno na. So it became a regular thing. I didn't need to go home and I didn't even complete my studies anymore because parang nabilog na yung isipan ko na this is the life that I want. Kasi pag nag-model ka, for that brief moment, you are catapulted away from the mundane world, diba? Going to school and all that, the problems. So when you get out there walking, parang all of a sudden the attention is with you. So,
fame and fortune.
Yeah,
diba?
so then commercials came, then I traveled all over. Nag-travel na ako kahit saang bansa. Tapos pumasok yung mga TV commercials, marami akong ginawa. And then, dumating na rin yung mga movie offers. So in short, parang dumating ang time sa buhay ko na sabi ko, I can be totally independent and nagsasign ako ng autograph. It was that kind of world. But the thing is, I did not prepare myself to protect myself because I was just going along with the flow. Eh, ang uso nun pala, pumasok na yung shabu. Okay? I did try drugs before when I was high school. Yung experimenting lang. I tried marijuana. I tried, of course, alcohol. I tried smoking. Then I tried yung mga downers, ganon. But I never got hooked. So, this was introduced to me by a friend. Artista rin, hindi ko lang babanggitin yung pangalan. Diba? Kasi sabi ko sa kanya, kita mo, ikaw nag-ano sa akin ito. Sabi niya, choice mo yun eh. Diba?
Buhay pa ba?
Buhay pa. Okay. He's doing very well actually.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. Anyway, at that time, sabi niya, why don't you try this thing bago ito? Sabi ko, ano yan? Sabi niya, this is masarap ito, mawawala yung problema mo. Ang dami kong problema nun. So, I said, sige, what do I have to lose? I said, might as well try. But that was the biggest mistake. Kasi, iba kasi yung drugs na shabu. Unlike the other drugs kasi you take it the next day, you're okay, you can go to work, you can be functional again. Shabu takes over your life. Especially for those that are predisposed. Kaya nga tinatawag nila, drug addiction is a disease. Diba? Because it's not like, it's a choice. You can say yes, then tomorrow you can say no. Hindi ganun. Diba? And I got hooked into it. So little by little, it was taking over my life. And I'm speaking for all the shabu addicts and all the drug addicts now. It takes over your life. So, unti-unti, yung mundo mo, yung priorities mo sa buhay, lahat ng ugali mo, yung mga bagay na binibigyan mo noon ng halaga, yung pamilya mo, nagte-take over na yung addiction. So, to the point where I stopped working, wala nang kumukuha sa akin as a model, as an actor, because unprofessional na ako.
You would
Hindi ka
show up.
sumisipot sa mga ano,
kapag
appointments.
hindi ako naka-drugs, and I'm sure so many can relate to that, wala kang buhay. Parang wala kang energy, wala kang gana lahat. That's why sabi ko yung last movie ko, that was my last movie, pinatay ako kaagad eh. Pinatay ako kaagad sa scene kasi hindi na ako sumisipot.
Nabuisip na sa'yo.
Nabuisip kasi hindi dumating yung drug supply ko. So, in short, my world started to spiral down. And the circumstances may vary from drug addict to drug addict, but more or less, ganun yung pattern eh. So, later on, yung parang wala ka nang pakialam sa mga dati mong ginagawa, hindi ka na sumasama sa mga dati mong mga straight na kaibigan. Dati kasama ko yung mga people in society, mga artista, yung mga singers, lahat, di ba? Mga
Artists.
and all that. Ang ending nun, in just a matter of a few years, ang kasama ko na puro kriminal. So, it reached a point where I had to sell everything that I had. Sold my car, sold the house, I had no job, ubos yung savings ko. So, I started pushing. Dealing with drugs to sell to friends until it reached a point na nawala na talaga lahat, and I would be walking around already, walking around. I would walk from Valle Verde all the way to Intramuros. Daan akong EDSA, ganun. Kasi wala nang ginagawa eh. Parang palaboy-laboy na ako. So, doon ako natutulog sa mga park jeepneys. Doon sa Ross Boulevard, bago naging maganda yun, di ba? Ang dumi-dumi doon ako natutulog. Tapos sa mga tabi ng simbahan. And then, yung mga kahit saan na lang.
Paano ka kumakain?
Kumakain ako, nag-shoplift. Puta, pasok ako sa convenience store or yung mga grocery, mag-shoplift ako ng tsokolate. Yung tsokolate kasi madali pasok, tapos mabubusog ka na eh with that kasi may sugar. So,
Umabot ba sa punto na pati basura kinakain mo na?
umabot ako sa point na yung gutom na ako. Siguro I did it about 3 or 4 times na nangangalkal na ako ng basura. And naghahanap ako ng mga tinatapon na leftovers, no. And minsan nakakita ko ng yung mga stale na kanin, 'di ba? Yung sunog, yung panis na, may mga langgam na. So ginaganon ko lang 'yun. Tapos sinasawsaw ko sa toyo, yun na yung meal, no. So it's that kind of life. Then yung pattern kasi nito is you go to all the rehabs and you listen to their stories. Merong ganung pattern talaga. You begin to deteriorate. Una, you affect your family. Diba? You become indifferent already, you have different personality, nagnanakaw ka na sa kanila. Una, mga gamit mo, binibenta mo. Then later, mga gamit ng mga yung kasama mo sa bahay. And then eventually, you will already graduate into going to different houses of friends. Kahit na ano na lang binibenta mo. So, it reached that point wherein nawala na yung self-respect.
Asan yung mga friends mo na dati mo nakasama?
Wala na.
Wala na.
Nilapitan
Kasi
mo ba sila?
pag pumasok ka sa mundo ng drugs, ayaw mo nang sumama sa mga matitino eh. Diba? Doon ka rin magkikihalubilo sa mga tao na katulad mo, na nag-escape from reality. Na parehas pinag-uusapan nyo about drugs, about everything. So sabi ko sa'yo, in a matter of less than 10 years, kung dati kumakain kami sa Malacanang, yung mga pagkain, the best talaga doon. Minsan nililipad pa from Japan. Ang ending ko doon na sa kalye, no? So,
Saan ka nakatira? Aside from yung mga sa tabi-tabi.
I would move around from house to house. Minsan mga kamag-anak ko, then later on, naaawa sa akin. Tapos pag pinapakain ako, binibihisan ako, they make me stay there. Pag may chance ako na nakakaon ko pa sila, then I would disappear. Diba? My own mother's only money for medicine, when she was dying, I was stealing it. Diba? For my own. So, my dad's cremation, my dad's last few minutes, I did not appear because I was waiting for a drug supply, a drug run. Diba? So my dad before, he was already dying. They expected him to die that morning. Yung mga beeper pa nun eh. Nagbi-beep na yung mga kapatid ko na, you come home kasi you won't be able to catch him. Nakapagbigay na ako ng pera sa runner. So alam ng mga drug addict dyan, kapag ganyan ginawa mo, goodbye na yun. Hindi mo na makakita yun. So ang ginawa ko, I had to make a choice. As a matter of fact, nagalit pa ako sa daddy ko, sa loob-loob ko. Sabi ko, buwisit naman ito. Kung kailan pa, ngayon pa siya mamamatay.
Ganun
Diba,
kasama,
yung parang ganun, yung parang manhid na eh. So, I had to make a choice. Iwanan ko, mawawala yung drugs ko, or uwi ako. Diba? So, I decided to wait for the drug supply. No, so, ganun na. Yung parang ganun na. And then, that became my life already. I was arrested many times. I was beaten up by mga police.
Anong pinakamatagal
Agent, I was in jail.
How long were you in jail? Anong pinakamatagal na panahon?
I was convicted once, but I was never. I was convicted when I was arrested in Cagayan de Oro City for drug pushing, but hindi natuloy. I was given probation. May probation pa noon eh. Ngayon wala na. But the rest of my arrests were all detentions. No? Sa Station 5, sa Santa Ana, meron sa Cagayan de Oro, meron Cebu City, ganun. So,
Hindi talaga munti, kumbaga, detention.
Hindi, buti na lang hindi umabot ng ganun.
Pero hindi naman umabot sa punto na parang sa sobrang pagkalugmok mo sa ganyang sitwasyon, you thought of, ending everything.
Okay, that is one thing that never occurred to me. No matter how desperate I was or how let's say hopeless I felt, I never thought of suicide. I never got into raping people. I never sold myself, my body to get money. But the rest, I would do it already. Of course, I didn't kill anyone. But I would probably do anything already, just like any typical addict. So that lasted for about 16 years.
I'm sure mahirap
Ang
yun,
tagal
no?
din, ha? 16 years
yeah.
pa po.
Mahirap. Now, you can talk about it, pero siguro, nung time na medyo sober ka na, no? Ang hirap na isipin na pati yung mga last moments ng parents mo, pinagsamantalahan mo pa sila.
Yeah.
How were you able to get over that?
Well, in the beginning, I didn't feel anything much, no. But it was my uncle, Tony Rojas, may he rest in peace, no. He was the one who convinced me that, kasi my mom and I was staying with him because we had no place to stay anymore. And when he found out that I was getting the last money of my mom, she would only get SSS and veterans money, pension, panggamot niya sana yun, ninanakawan ko pa. So then I would disappear for a week. So my uncle talked to me, sabi niya, why don't you seek professional help? I said, Tito, I don't need rehab. Hindi ako naniniwala dyan. Sabi ko, matalino ako, I'm smart, may talent ako. What can rehab do to help me? No? But then, just to appease my family, kasi ganun na nga nangyayari, sabi ko, okay, sige, I'll give it a try. Yun nga yung sa dare.
Yes,
No?
yes.
So, I said, I'll try, but at the back of my mind, sabi ko, paglabas ko, drugs ulit ako. Kasi that's the only life I knew already. Diba? So I isolated myself from everyone else, from the world. Nobody knew where I was. So finally, I agreed to go to rehab, the Drug Abuse Research Foundation. Kaya nga, gumawa kami ng documentary video, si Tintin, nandun, nag-guest.
Yes.
So,
Ito na yung start, no? ng
Ito na
recovery
yung
mo.
start noon. And when I went into rehab, and this is what a lot of parents and loved ones, they have to realize that sometimes the problem will not go away. There are so many enablers there. Families. Parang sinasabi na, baka bukas wala na yan, or baka, sige, just continue as long as you continue to work and all that. The families do not know that they're adding to the problem. That's why even the families have to undergo rehabilitation to be able to know how to support the recovery of a loved one. Kasi hindi nila alam, parang sinasabi, sige, basta balik ka na lang. Parang sinasabi mo na, di ba? Continue doing a crime. Continue taking poison so that masisira ang ulo mo at ang buhay mo, lahat-lahat. Or baka mahuli ka. Parang ganun ang in-effect ng ginagawa. Pero hindi nila iniisip yun. They forget. That's why when I talk to students, when I get invited to talk to schools, kasi yan ang pinaka-passion ko eh, preventing future addicts from happening. So I keep on talking in different schools, lalo na sa Cebu, in the Visayas, and that's what I tell them. Diba? I always tell them that you should educate yourselves. The parents should educate themselves about the dangers of drug addiction because they will be blinded eh. Hindi nila alam. Doon sa rehab, nung pinasukan ko, nakita ko yung sarili ko for the first time. When I saw people like me in the rehab, and that's when I began to realize that ugali ko pala yan, ito ugali ko yan, ito ugali ko yan, di ba? So, little by little, it became like a learning process for me. No? And of course, I have to thank Jesus for orchestrating everything because everything that happened to me, which led me to become passionate about my advocacy, it wasn't me who planned it. Eh. I don't know how all these things fell into place. Pati yung asawa ko, si Stella, she's the sister of Chanda Romero. She came into my life at the right time. Everything was put into place.
God's hand at work.
God's hand because I didn't know how. In the end, in short, I became a director for 10 years there. And all these years, it became already my life to try to help reform these people. Hindi madali. It's so difficult. People don't realize how difficult it is, especially if you go to mga rehab. Sa rehab, nakakatuwa kasi halos lahat ng mga recovery coaches doon, yung mga may-ari ng mga rehab, yung mga staff nila, are all recovering addicts. And instead of working outside, they are there, trying to help. So it's so difficult to help somebody who doesn't want to be helped. Difficult to transform somebody who doesn't want to reform. Diba? In denial. So malaking challenge nun. But then again, the fruits of the influence you have, no matter how small, is really rewarding. Parang sarap ng feeling na, kahit pa paano, nagbabago na yun siya. Kahit isang tao lang. So pumasok na yun sa puso ko. Nung nagsara yung DARE 2011, I joined my wife in Hong Kong. She was a Cathay Pacific stewardess. So I stayed there for 5 years. But then sabi ko, I was just working there as a teller for Kabayan Remittance. No? Sabi ko, I cannot just do this. I said, so buti lang nausing Facebook, I would continue my advocacy about drug education. I'm scaring actually people, warning them about all the dangers of drugs.
So ngayon, Lito, ano na ang ginagawa mo to help yung mga mga
okay, so now that aside from being a resource speaker sa mga schools, no, I am a psychoeducator for Safe Haven Recovery Village. And Safe Haven Recovery Village is located in Talamban, Cebu.
Okay.
Now, the same owner and president and CEO of Safe Haven Recovery Village is also the one who is the CEO and owner of Battle Against Ignorance Foundation. Ayun. And that is where I am now the executive director.
Oh, wow.
Kaya nga maraming nagtatanong, bakit Battle Against Ignorance? It's a unique name. I said because Pastor Ronnie De Los Santos, he's the owner, no? He's the one, sabi niya, ignorance is the greatest cultural evil. That's why all these social ills are there because of ignorance.
Ayan, naku, kulang tayo sa oras. Ang dahil pa natin sanang gusto itanong kay Sir Lito. But,
for more info, what is your Facebook, Lito?
Okay, you just go to Facebook, Battle Against Ignorance Foundation. At saka, sana sa lahat, we need donations, we need funding. Because right now, aside from trying to support people, drug addicts who want to change but cannot afford, Battle Against Ignorance will sponsor them. Same as street dwellers who are also abandoned. And now kids, we try to feed them also.
How can they get in touch with you?
You can get in touch with me through my Facebook account, Lito Gruet, or Battle Against Ignorance Foundation. It's also in Facebook. And all I can say is like, you help us also because the government cannot do it alone.
Thank you, Lito. We will do. Let's partner.
I'd like to say hello to shout out sa mga taga-battle against ignorance. No, you're all doing a great job sa Safe Haven Recovery Village. Pastor Ronnie Del Santos, thank you for your passion. Eman Llenos is the general manager. All the staff, I cannot mention all of you, pero maraming salamat po sa lahat sa mga battle against ignorance team ko. Tulong-tulong po tayo. Please help us in our cause.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lito Gruet.
Thank for all those. Sana mag-recover po kayo. At syempre, advance happy birthday sa ating director na si Bing Crehensya. Happy birthday sa Sunday Direct. Okay, magbabalik kami.
Kumasan muna.
Julius and Tintin, para sa pamilyang Pilipino. Julius and Tintin. Julius and Tintin, para sa pamilyang Pilipino.
Viewer tayo na nakakaranas ng problema sa kanilang pamilya, may mga kamag-anak o mga anak na na-addict, lulong sa droga, yan, i-message nyo lang po sila sa kanilang Facebook page. No? Baka sakaling makatulong po sila sa inyo.
At muli, maraming salamat. Kung may problema ang pamilya, tulong-tulong tayo. Kakayanin nyo ang lahat ng yan also with prayers, faith, hope, and love lang.
Ayan, happy weekend sa inyong lahat, mga kapatid. See you on Monday.
Bye!
Bye!
Julius and Tintin, para sa pamilyang Pilipino. Julius and Tintin.